All right, hello, fourth graders. Are you ready for mystery number 3, Encyclopedia Brown? Today's mystery is called The Case of the Civil War Sword. Remember, really be listening to clues and items in the text, because somehow Encyclopedia is going to solve it, and we're going to try to explain how we know he solved it, okay? A boy with red hair stopped in the doorway of the Brown Detective Agency. "Are you any good at swords?" he asked. Encyclopedia did not lift his eyes from his book, How to Build a Nuclear Reactor. "What kind of game is swords?" he asked. "It isn't a game," said the red-haired boy. "My name is Peter Clinton. I want to hire you." Peter put 2 dimes and a nickel on the gasoline can beside Encyclopedia. The coins clinked. Encyclopedia stopped reading. He looked up, very businesslike. "How can I help you?" he asked. "I have a chance to trade my bicycle for a sword," said Peter. "I want to make sure the sword is real." "You don't think the sword is really a sword?" said Encyclopedia. "What do you think it is?" "That isn't what I mean," Peter said. "It is a sword, but it's a sword from the Civil War." "There are thousands of swords left over from the Civil War," said Encyclopedia. "I know," said Peter, "but how many belong to General Jackson?" "Stonewall Jackson?" gasped Encyclopedia. "The great Southern general?" "This sword is supposed to have belonged to Stonewall Jackson," said Peter. "Bugs Meany says so." "Bugs?" Encyclopedia straightened up at the name. Remember, Bugs was the one in the tent? "You want me to make sure the sword really did belong to Stonewall Jackson?" "Yes," said Peter. "Then you'll take the case?" "I'll take it," said Encyclopedia. "If Bugs is behind the trade, you'll need help." Peter led the private detective to the Tiger's clubhouse as unused tool shed behind Mr. Sweeney's auto body shop. The Tigers were busy racing garter snakes. Bugs made a face when he saw Encyclopedia. "So Mr. Brains is now a Civil War know-it-all," said the Tigers' leader. Well, well, maybe you can tell me what Stonewall Jackson did at the Battle of Bull Run." "Which battle at Bull Run?" asked Encyclopedia. "There were 2, one in 1861, the other in 1862. "Good for you," said Bugs, grinning. "Now don't say this sword isn't real." Encyclopedia walked to the table on which the sword lay. Bugs said, "This sword was given to Stonewall Jackson a month after the first battle of Bull Run." "If that's true," Peter whispered to Encyclopedia, "the sword is worth 10 bikes like mine." 20, corrected Encyclopedia. "Read what it says on the blade," said Bugs. Encyclopedia read. I want you to see the picture first. All right, listen for clues. "To Thomas J. Jackson for standing like a stone wall at the first Battle of Bull Run on July 21st, 1861. This sword is presented to him by his men on August 21st, 1861. "The sword certainly has seen a lot of use," said Encyclopedia. "Did you expect it to look new and shiny?" sneered Bugs. "It's more than 100 years old." "Doesn't look like it ever was worth $5, Encyclopedia said. "Never mind how it looks," said Peter. "Do you think it belonged to General Jackson?" Before Encyclopedia could answer, Bugs spoke up. "I sure hate to part with the sword," he said, "but Peter wants it so much I just had to say I'd trade it for his bike." "Trade? You won't trade with Peter," said Encyclopedia. "This sword never belonged to General Stonewall Jackson." How did Encyclopedia know that? Okay, so today, instead of me telling you how he knew that, I just want you to tell me what you think. How do you think Encyclopedia knows that this sword did not belong to the general? And then tomorrow, I'll reveal the answer before I start the next mystery, okay? Don't worry about being wrong. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you think Encyclopedia knew it.